up in the sky? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a list of multiple things that I want to see in the 2K17 video game roster-wise? I mean, you know how these intros work, you guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Straighten up. Act right. No, we're not playing games. Actually, we're playing a lot of games here. Specifically, WWE 2K17. What's going on, Super Friends? It's your friend, Rated S for SuperDude. Here again to talk about something obvious. If you listened, we're talking about WWE 2K17, but what we're talking about is my draft of WWE 2K17. Now, what could he be talking about? I'm going to be talking about what I want to see in WWE 2K17 roster-wise. But there's a little surprise in there. I'm going to be giving my top 5 in each of these categories. Top 5 male singles competitors I want to see. Female competitors I want to see. Tag teams I want to see. That's 3. Match types I want to see. Legends I want to see. And championships I want to see. Yeah? Yeah. So we're going to be doing all those, starting with top 5 championships. And we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, number 5 is pretty much a shoo-in, but I want to talk about it just to talk about it. The Hardcore Championship. Because every year these games have WWE Universe modes, and if it has, again, I want the Hardcore title to be a thing on one of my secondary shows. I like the idea of the Hardcore title, fight anywhere, fight everywhere. I'd have it exclusively defended in Falls Count Anywhere matches. I mean, because you can't really do what you could for the Hardcore title back in the old games, like fight all over the place, like in the locker rooms and the parking lots, and like make your way out to. You could even make your way out into the streets in one of those games. Like, it was wild. You get people with a mop. It was pretty decent. But excuse me. The Hardcore title was just out there, man. Just unstoppable. The number 4 for championships is the WCW United States title. It was one of my favorite looking championships. One of my favorite looking belts in general was the WWE, the WCW United States Championship. Because it looked like a champion's belt and not just a giant flag. I mean, like, there were elements of the flag on the belt here and there, but it didn't look like a giant flag stapled onto metal like the one we have now does. I mean, yay America and all, but too much. Number 3, I'm trying to go through this list kind of fast, so that way this video is not an hour and a half long. Plus, I'm getting texted all the while. Let's see, anything important? We'll get to it later. Anyway, so Hardcore, WCW United States. 3rd, the Intercontinental Championship, the WWE Intercontinental title from like 2004-ish, 2004, 2007, that area. Like, the one we had before Cody Rhodes made it over. Like, I guess we could call it the Oval IC title. Like, the one Jeff Hardy held, and the one Johnny Nitro held, and the one that was on Monday night back when blood and bra and panty matches were a thing. That title. Let's bring that back. Now, I like the design of it. I like that it's got a sort of a different shape than all the other titles. I think that's what they went with the United States title too, because it has a shape we haven't seen in a while before. Now I'm going to mention something about all these, an idea that I had once I'm done with this list. But moving on to number 2, the WWE and the World Tag Team titles. These those two, like in all prior versions of the tag team titles ever defended in a WWE event. The gold ones, the silver and gold ones, the Raw and SmackDown exclusive ones, all that. My favorite tag team title design, I would have to say, though, would be the Raw tag team titles. I think they were the World Tag Team titles at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But they just had a pretty cool look to them. I'd also like the option to be able to be unified tag team champions again. That'd be cool. But moving on to number 1, the number 1 championship, and I don't know if they can do this or not. I would hope they figure out a way to do this, but the number 1 championship that I want to see able to be used in a WWE game, the NWA World Championship. There. I said it. I want to be able to use the NWA World Championship. I want to be able to put the NWA World Championship on a guy like Daniel Bryan, or Samoa Joe, or Ric Flair, or all those guys were created superstars, or whatever. Now, the thing I wanted to mention about these titles is I think it would be cool if you could use all these championships in, say, my career mode. Like, if you win the Intercontinental Championship, you should get the option to pick whichever version of the Intercontinental Championship that you want. You should be able to pick whatever version of the Intercontinental Championship you want. If you win the United States Championship, you should be able to pick between those. If you win the, let's say, the WWE Championship for any matter, you should be able to carry around whichever version of the title you want. Okay? Now, moving on to top 5 legends I want to see. We're going to get the legends out of the way because they're legends and they're legendary and they need no real discussion. And I'm going to speed through these somewhat. I'll give a reason or two here and there, but I'm just going to try to speed through them for the most part. Legend number 5 that I want to see is Sting. I want to see Sting come back, but I want a Wolfpack version of Sting in the game. I want a Wolfpack costume for Sting in this game. That'd be incredible. And the Wolfpack, while we're at it, the Wolfpack logo. Wolfpack logo. Number 4. My number 4 was going to be a young version of Brock Lesnar, but I feel like we're going to get Brock Lesnar showcase mode, so that goes without saying. But my number 4 now, this is a Legends Veterans list. I have to make that thing. But the veteran I want to see next would be Rhino. Rhino, Gore Machine Rhino. That guy. Number 3, Hurricane. I want Hurricane back. I want the Hurricane back. I mean, I know it's probably not possible considering he's signed to TNA at the moment, but I think it'd be cool if we could get the Hurricane back. I always loved the Hurricane. Plus, being able to put that mask on and change the color would be cool, would be sweet. Sting, Rhino, Hurricane. Number 2, Test. I know that's a weird one, but I would just love to see Test back just just have that, man. Number 1, I say it every year, and I'm not going to stop saying it till we get it. Ultimo Dragon. I want back Ultimo Dragon. If you have to make WWE 2K18 WWE versus WCW just so you can put an Ultimo Dragon, put an Ultimo Dragon. Come on. Ultimo Dragon. I think I've said that enough. My thing for this is all of these superstars should be able to be in my career mode. These are my main roster picks. These are not my DLC picks. If they make DLC, sweet, but I want these main roster so they can be in my career mode. And speaking of which, DLC characters should be given the option to be in my career mode. Separate rant for another day. But moving on to female competitors, and then I'll talk about tag teams, and then I'll talk about singles male superstars. The top 5 women's wrestlers. We're not going to call them divas. Women's wrestlers that I want to see. Number 5, Maurice. Just so I can kick the crap out of her with number 1. That's simple. Number 4, Beth Phoenix. Simply because, rawr, me Beth Phoenix, me smash. Like, destroy everyone with Beth Phoenix. Number 3, I want Trish Stratus. Be amazing. Trish Stratus. Number 2 and number 1 are NXT picks. Well, actually number 1 is on main roster now, but number 2 is an NXT pick. And number 2 is Nia Jax. Probably not going to happen, but Nia Jax. Number 1, she was not in last year, and it was terrible. But number 1, I want to see Becky Lynch. Everybody wants Sasha Banks. Everybody wants Bayley. Everybody wants... No, Aaron wants Becky Lynch. Give Aaron Becky Lynch. Let SuperDude has his Becky Lynch in his wrestling game. Come on. Alright. Now, moving on to... Oh yeah, and I would totally kick the crap out of Maurice with Becky Lynch. I would wrestle every female competitor with Becky Lynch if she was in this game. So, moving on. Well, we can't move on just yet. The new WWE Women's Championship needs to be in this game. Moving on. I want to see, in terms of tag teams, top 5 tag teams. Number 5. I don't exactly know if they have a tag team name. No, yeah they do. The Mechanics. Dash Wilder and Shane Dawson? No, not Shane Dawson. Dawson and Wild. Basically, the fact that I can't remember their names, and they're the NXT Tag Team Champions at the moment, says a lot about which tag team I'm following in NXT. Hint, they're number 1. And it's not the Authors of Pain. You know who I'm talking about. The Mechanics. The we hit hard, the no fancy flips guys. Those dudes. Number 4, and this is a team that I love seeing every year. The Legion of Doom. Because Hawk and Animal. I need no other reason. Moving on to number 3. Number 3, I'm not going to get because they're both signed to TNA, and I don't care. I'm adding them to this list anyway. Aaron wants the Hardy Boys. I want the Hardy Boys back. Now, number 2 on this list, as a tag team, I want to see, just so they could wrestle number 1 on this list, I want to see the world's greatest tag team, that being Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, just to put them up against my number 1 pick if my friend would hold this for me. 1 second, guys. 1 second. American Alpha. I don't know if you heard that, because you're way down here. American Alpha. And not Alpha 5, the Power Ranger robot. Hashtag Green Ranger for Injustice 2. I had to slip it in here and there and everywhere. American Alpha, the tag team. They would be incredible. First of all, they are really the reincarnation, in my opinion, of the world's greatest tag team. You have Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan, a powerhouse of an individual, but he's got some wrestling background, just like Gable has. Chad Gable is Kurt Angle with hair. There. I said it. Chad Gable is Kurt Angle with hair. And younger. And quicker. But I would love to see the American Alpha. They are my number one pick, really, overall. Like, I want to see American Alpha in this game. Honorable mention goes out to Enzo and Cass, but I'm assuming they're already in this game. And that's what I'm doing. I'm assuming everybody who was already in the game last year is in it. When I mentioned Sting, I wanted Wolfpack Sting. But if his spot has to be replaced with somebody who isn't in it, I'd put Buff Bagwell in it. Buff Daddy! But we're taking away the light from the true stars, American Alpha, in WWE 2K17. Now, moving on to my top 5 male competitors. This list was a hard one to write. This list was a hard one to write because the singles competitors that I wanted in it for a long time made it in last year as DLC, so I'm assuming he's going to be main roster this year, that being Samoa Joe. But this is going to consist of people I want to see, all most likely going to be NXT guys. We're going to put one legend, veteran, Hall of Famer person, future Hall of Famer at least, on this list. And my number 5, Shinsuke Nakamura. It'd be an interesting NXT mode if they put Shinsuke Nakamura in this game. And pardon me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but that's how the announcers say it, that's how I'm going to say it. Number 4, Corey Graves. Let Corey Graves be back in this wrestling game. It'd be pretty cool if you can have Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole, of all people, be in a wrestling game, have an unfortunate story, an unfortunately short career, and Corey Graves come back in this one. Number 3, Apollo Crews. I want to see Apollo Crews come into this game. Simply because we need another big, fun, powerhouse type character. Number 2 is a tie. Number 2 is a tie between Bobby Roode, who I doubt at all would make it, and a far more likely pick, Austin Aries. Now, I want Austin Aries in this game because Samoa Joe is in the game. And if Samoa Joe's in the game and Austin Aries is in the game, you could have a TNA match if you want to. Assuming Christian's in it. I think Christian's in every game. I think that's in his contract, just put my face in every game. Oh, Edge too, out of nowhere. Honorable mentions, Edge and Christian for tag team. Put in honorable mentions, Edge and Christian. I apologize for missing you guys. Don't hate me. You guys totally reek of awesomeness. 5-second pose. Alright. Anyway. My number 1 person that I want to see in this game. There's been a lot of buzz about him recently in making a possible return to the WWE. Now, I don't know if the rumors are true. I choose not to believe them. But I would like to see the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle return in this game. Now, why do I want to see that? For the aforementioned American Alpha. The matches they could have. And just to see Kurt Angle back would be cool. Would be incredible. I would accept it. I think everybody would accept it, really. Especially if he returned now. Oh man. I see him being possible DLC, but who knows. Now, moving on to match types that I want to see come back. Whew. Match types. Number 5, backstage brawls. Enough said. Number 4, buried alive matches. Once again, enough said. I want to see a 3 stages of hell match. A 3 stages match where you could have like a submissions match, and then a steel cage match, and then like a whatever match that you want. That'd be pretty up there. I don't know if we have 2 out of 3 falls matches, but if we don't, I want those back. But number 2, I believe, yeah. Backstage brawls, buried alive, Hell in a Cell, or excuse me, not Hell in a Cell, but 3 stages of hell. Number 2, an asylum match. That'd be a cool idea. Just a Hell in a Cell full of weapons. Yeah, like the Dean Ambrose thing. And no, I don't want to see a potted plant be able to be used. And while we're on the subject, I'm going to do, added to this video, I'm going to do top 5 weapons I want to see. There we go. Anyway, yeah, I want to see an asylum match because that would be interesting. But the number 1 match that I want to see, the number 1 match type that I want to see come back, more than anything, at all, ever, period, intergender tag team matches where the guys can wrestle the girls and the girls can wrestle the guys. Because if we are aiming to prove that the divas are on the same level as the male superstars, why can't I have Becky Lynch doing a Bexplex, a Bexploder suplex to The Miz? Why not? Sure, yeah, you don't have to allow singles matches or whatever, but an intergender tag team match, that's more than appropriate. Also, I would take out the function of if you have a female competitor as a manager and she gets hit, then it's a DQ or whatever. But since I thought about the asylum match, I immediately have 5 weapons that I want to see in WWE 2K17. Number 5, a barbed wire baseball bat. Moving on, because if I talk too much about it, it's going to make me angry. Number 4, thumbtacks. Thumbtacks. I want thumbtacks. I don't know how you could do it. Maybe you could have it be a special OMG moment animation in a hardcore match. I don't know. But thumbtacks. Number 3, and this is a weird one. This is a cool one they had a while back that I'd want to see back. I want the function of fans being able to hand you weapons and stuff back too. And that would lead to you being able to get weapon number 3, a cup. I don't know if it's a soda cup or a coffee cup or whatever it is, but the weapon where you grab it and it's just like spit in your face. That. Number 2, I would have, and I don't know exactly how you could pull this weapon off. Maybe it could be the same thing as a kendo stick, but just for random variety, I would have a pull cue, like a pull stick, right there. But the number one weapon that I want to see that has been used randomly throughout WWE history. I almost made barbed wire bat number one, but I didn't because that'd be biased. But the number one weapon I want to see is a crowbar. And I don't know why. I don't know why I want to see a crowbar. I just think the idea of Dean Ambrose picking up a crowbar and cracking over the head of Brock Lesnar is incredible. Now, I'm also going to be doing a top 5 finishing maneuvers that I want to see. Eventually, I have to write that list. But that is all for this list. So, thank you for watching this, guys. I know my wrestling videos are popular, so if you saw something that you liked in this, give your thoughts below. And as always, I've been SuperDude. You guys have been my super friends here in the Fortress of SuperDude, located outside Angel Grove near the off-ramp to Suplex City. And until next time, y'all, up and away.